Foschini consists of 14 trading brands and sells fashion, jewellery, accessories, cosmetics, cell phones, homeware and more.
Exactly. So if we run through the brands that are included in this group, in addition to Foschini, you'd be amazed. But it's everything from, the at-home stores through to
Phase
jewellery.
8 is a big play.
That's
from
the new
international
UK thing. But I mean,
exactly.
even here, it's like Due South, and it's like Stearns, American, Swiss, lots of cell phone contracts as well for one reason or another. Big repeat business there.
Trading on a PE of 13.5, dividend yield of 4.8 and a market cap here of 29.8 billion rand. Let's get your thoughts from the top.
I really like all the different businesses and all the brands that form part of the group. I mean, you're getting good exposure to quality apparel retailers, you're getting some sports exposure, and you're getting some homeware exposure.
I'm glad you mentioned that. We didn't yet. That's like my favorite part of the book group, total sports and sports scene.
Which is why we hold sport, which we'll come to in just a moment. But hang on, if you bought Truworths, you'd have that exposure and more. And not Truworths, Foschini. I'm losing track of what I'm doing here.
That's right. So it is a bit more geared than Truworths that we spoke about earlier, but doesn't rely as much on credit sales. So a bit more cash sales. So it's about a 50-50 split in comparison to Truworths, but it is a bit highly geared, which does concern
The
me.
results weren't bad.
Excellent, actually, I thought. Excellent. Just on the credit sales, remember they used to own RCS in conjunction with some other banking and financial players. RCS was Retail Credit Solutions, and it was just like an extra retail book. But they sold that out because their partner, which was Standard Bank, I think, wanted to get out of that. But they still have their own in-store credit book. It's just smaller, and that's probably a good thing.
Which
The
is not a
timing
bad
of that
thing in the
was quite
current
good.
environment. You want more cash.
Especially when you
than
add
credit.
Phase 8, which is mostly a cash-based business. It's really switched to more towards
Let's
that.
have a look at the share price graph. Little tick up there after the results coming out.
Yeah, that euphoria at the end of 2015 was when it sort of dawned on people that the Phase 8, actually end of 2014, that the Phase 8 acquisition would give them this offshore earnings and the rand and all that sort of stuff. Sort of sobered up a bit after that, but then this
Have we
resumed its
ever
climb.
owned Foschini? I think we have.
We might have dabbled in them in the past, but we haven't owned it for a while.
What are your thoughts as an investment? As we've pointed out, there's a lot of competition in this space.
Sure. But what's also nice about Foschini is that they've got more control on their pricing because they produce quite a bit locally, where a lot of the other fashion retailers have to import between 60 and 80% of their goods. Foschini has a bit more control, which enables them to keep a lid on the
But
prices.
isn't that a problem with productivity versus international competition? Just in terms of a lot more manufacturing happening on the local front. Isn't that something in the clothing space that a lot of local manufacturers are very upset with the international competition, specifically from China?
I think that's definitely a factor, but in the current rand weakness environment, I think if you are able to sell locally, or that you're producing locally, it definitely
You need
does
to
help
produce
your
locally
margin.
and sell internationally, get the export
Well,
side
they
of
work
things
quite
right.
flexibly, so they sometimes make changes. They'll say, okay, well, look, these underpants, we're going to get them from here for a while, but then after 6 months, they change and get them from somewhere else. They're quite dynamic with regard to managing that mix.
So you're talking about a nimble model.
Speaking of management, I mean, they're headquartered in very cheap and nasty Paro. I hope no one is watching from Paro tonight. They have a young and dynamic management team. Remember, Doug Murray is the CEO, and my friend Anthony Thunstrom has taken over as CFO from Ronnie Stein, who retired after many years. And Anthony has also taken over the credit book because the guy in charge with credit sort of left. So he's basically doing the accounts as well as the credit management. And I think that's a hungry team with a 30 billion market cap.
And
They're
Anthony
keen to go.
Thunstrom, great reputation at KPMG,
That's
so
exactly- that's where he
solid
came from.
in the
Yeah.
Financial Director space there at Foschini. So are we going hot or not?
I'm going hot.
You're
You've
going
got
hot.
good underlying brands and also not a demanding valuation, so I'm hot on Foschini.
Well,
That's interesting that PE is so low. I don't know quite how and why that happened, but anyway, that's what it is. So yes, definitely hot for me.
Hot for you.